Please focus camera, thank you. What is up, guys? I am back today. I know it's been a little bit since I posted anything. The Wi-Fi was acting up yet again. I'm not going to talk about that forever. Instead, I'm going to try to talk about what I actually want to talk about today, which is the pros and cons of living abroad. So I am floor sitting today. I'm also going to back up so that I'm not in the sun ridiculously, but that sun feels great. So I wanted to be in the shot of the sun. I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons of living abroad. Everybody has experienced pros and cons of moving in general, I think. I think some people experience them more than others. Me, myself, I'm an anxiety-ridden human being. You know how they say, like, most of your body's made up of water? Most of my body's made up of anxiety. So I'm going to crack myself my Coca-Cola. Oh, and I'll show you guys. Actually, my dad thought this was hilarious. I don't know if I showed it before. The Coca-Cola is in Greek. How fun is that, right? That's so cool, right? Oh, maybe to me, but the whole back of it, like everything. I just think that's so cool. Anyway, yeah, so I'm floor sitting and we're gonna talk about some seriousness as soon as the shot lightens back up, please. There we go, okay. Handy dandy notebook. I put them down on paper. Let's go. I'm gonna start with the cons because I wanna end this video on a good note. I don't wanna make this entire thing about being negative, but there are cons and there are pros to every situation, so. Oh, that's so good, okay. All right, first con, food. Let's talk about it. Everybody loves food. Food is comfort, food is home. Food is a lot of things for a lot of people. I miss my mom's lasagna. I miss a burger that tastes like McDonald's. I miss Wawa. For those of you who maybe don't live on the East Coast of the US, Wawa, holy grail of my existence. I love it. I've worked there. It's, I can't even. If I go into Wawa, this video will literally be only about Wawa. Yeah, the food here is really different, some of it really good, but you kind of always miss what you're used to. For me, you know, that's my mom's home cooking, or like I just said, Wawa or McDonald's, or, you know, just like that basic stuff that like you can get easily. They don't have cheese fries here. It took me like at least a month to get used to the fact that I was not going to be able to have liquid cheese to dip my french fry into. I got really down about food, apparently. Moving on to the next con, lack of language. I think this is difficult for anybody in any situation, really, whether it be, you know, you're living abroad or you're just living in your country and you come into contact with somebody who maybe in your work field you come in, like I worked in retail, so I used to get people whose English wasn't really all that great, and it is trying for you. For me, especially being here, I came with somebody who speaks Greek. I'm very blessed to have had the opportunity to have somebody who can help me through the process. But just in like your daily interactions, like I remember here I was in the grocery store and there was an elderly woman and she walked up to me and she asked me something in Greek, and I looked at her like a deer in headlights. Because I wanted to help, but had no clue what I was being asked. So it's funny, you know, how you kind of have to deal with those situations and not realize that you have to deal with them. I am picking up on Greek. I'm getting a lot better with it. I'm able to understand it much more than I'm able to speak it, which I think for a lot of people, dictation is hard in any language, but for me especially, I can hear a conversation and go, oh, that's what this is about, but I can't necessarily respond to that conversation. I'm working on it. It's hard. Greek is hard. Don't let anybody ever tell you that Greek is easy. It's not easy. It's a beautiful language, but it's old and it's hard. Homesick. I know I touched on this with food. Homesick. I miss my mommy. That's about as much as I can put it. No, on, you know, more serious note, I miss my friends. I miss my family. I miss, you know, going to my mom's for dinner. You know, just those basic things that I think kind of everybody takes for granted when you do something like this, when you make such a big change like this. Homesick, I think, is a feeling that everybody will get, no matter how long you're gone. Even people who take 2-week vacations to like Cabo still come home and go, oh my God, I missed my bed. I missed my friends. I missed my car. I missed my food. All of those things, which by the way, I miss my car, okay? Just putting that out there. I miss my car. Holidays. Holidays were a con for me. I didn't realize holidays were gonna be a con for me until Thanksgiving came around. Excuse the awkward pauses for the Coca-Cola. I'm talking way too fast. Yet again, I know it, my mouth is drying out. Yeah, Thanksgiving came around. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving here. I didn't really realize I was gonna miss it until everybody back home was talking about what they were eating, and I was like, oh, I would kill for turkey or mashed potatoes or broccoli or gravy, or like you just kind of get like that holiday vibe. It was also warm here, so it was really weird with that mixed in with them not celebrating it. It was like warm that time of the year when it should be cold. Your mind goes through like all these different whirlwinds, but yeah, They do celebrate Christmas. They celebrate it over a long period of time as well, which I wasn't used to. I'm used to like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then we're already thinking about the New Year. That's not how it is here. They actually have a really big respect for Christmas, and it's a long holiday for them. So that was kind of different for me, but they did celebrate Christmas, and it was pretty cool to see how they celebrated here. Like, we went down to the harbor, and they had Christmas music playing throughout the entire streets. Like, all over, they just had these loudspeakers with Christmas music playing, and it really puts you in like a really good mood. So as much as holidays are part of my con, it was really cool to experience it here that way as well. I also have my birthday, my 27th birthday coming up. Slow down, guy. I have my 27th birthday coming up next month, and it'll be my first birthday in another country, in another place at all, whether it be a state or anything. Yeah, so it's interesting to see how we will choose to celebrate my birthday. Hard to make friends. It's hard for me to make friends. I'm a social butterfly. I will talk anybody's ear off. I'm currently talking all of your ears off. So yes, I like to meet new people. I like to experience new things. I like to talk to people. With that language barrier, it is extremely hard for me to make friends here. Some of the girls I've come into contact with actually do speak English, and they speak it pretty well. I know in the last videos I had posted that I mentioned this is more of a tourist area on the on-season, so when it's not their winter. So a lot of people here do speak English because of the fields of working in the hotels or the restaurants. It does them good to be able to interact with tourists. So I have come into contact with people who speak English. It is just hard for me to make, like, I'm gonna use the term lightly, but lifelong friends, because while they do speak English, it's also very hard for them to speak it the way that I speak it. I talk really fast. I know I talk really fast. I've always done it, so it's just hard to communicate. The last thing on my cons list before we bump into these pros, because there are a lot of pros, is can't read labels. Funny enough, one of the things that I was talking about just now is like the Coca-Cola. You know this is a Coca-Cola. You just know it by looking at it. You know the brand, you know what it looks like, it's a Coca-Cola. When you go into a deli and you want American cheese and they don't know what American cheese is because they don't have American cheese over here. I just said American cheese like 5 times. That's where it gets difficult. Or when I'm like looking for a certain product on the shelf but the label's in Greek, I'm like, oh, what is it, you know? So I would say not being able to read the language as well as speak the language does make it difficult with not being able to read labels on products. It can get a little dodgy. I picked up what was it I went to go buy something, and it took me like 3 times of buying the wrong thing to actually get what I was genuinely looking for. Moving on into the pros, guys. There are some pros. Travel. I'm traveling. I'm doing something that a lot of people don't get to do. I'm literally traveling. This is Greece. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's got such a vibrant history to it. I am so blessed to be able to do this. 100% the first pro on my list is getting to do something that I've never been able to do before. On my con list as well as my pro list, foodie. Some really cool food here that I've tried. A lot of desserts that I've tried that I've never had before. Some of the things that I've eaten back home I can get here, but there's also like a barbecue that we went to when we first got here where she had like homemade everything herself, and it was so cool to try food that I've never tried before. I never ate lamb before. Lamb is a big thing here, and while it's not like my super duper favorite thing in the world, it was cool to try it. I never really, had an instance growing up where we cooked anything like that. We were, chicken and beef people, so. Not working, 100% a pro, sometimes. Not working, it's a blessing. I get to fully envelop myself in this, this environment and all of those things. I've worked for, a really long time in a lot of different places, so it is also kind of strange to get up every day and not have to work. I'm very blessed. Don't let me make that sound like I'm whining about not working, but sometimes I miss it. I'm not gonna lie, I do miss it. Mental health. I put this on here because I think it's a pro and a con when it comes to like cabin fever or homesickness or things like that you might get with not working, traveling abroad. You don't know what to do with yourself. Mental health, I think for me is definitely a pro because I have debilitating anxiety. I've mentioned it before. You'll hear me mention it again. I think it's important to be self-aware of your mental health. And for me coming here, I was able to take a step back. I was very stressed at home. The job I was in was kind of, hard for me. I was taking on a lot of stress, and taking a step back and not working does a lot of good for your mental health. I won't get too far into that. I think it's a touchy subject for some people, for a lot of people, but for me, having a moment to breathe and think and relax has done a lot for my anxiety. New people, as much as, you know, it is hard to make friends, meeting new people has really been amazing. We've met some people here that we're genuinely really going to miss when we go back to America. We're coming back probably like a little over a month later to do the summer here, and I think we're gonna miss the people that we've met, the people that we do sit down with, you know, when we go to the little local cafe and get a coffee or a beer or whatever. We're gonna miss those people because we see them so much and we interact with them every day. So as hard as it was to make friends, we do have a couple here that we genuinely, you know, have good connection with, and meeting new people is definitely a pro, 100%. The warm weather, I'm not a cold weather person. People who go skiing for vacation, that's not vacation to me. When I think of the word vacation, I think of a beach. That's just who I am. If you like to get all strapped up and go on a ski lift and drop off of an icy cold mountain to your doom, to each his own, honestly, definitely to each his own. But for me, the warm weather has been such a blessing. It's February, it's 66 degrees today. I can say no more. Right below that is the no winter, which touches into that. I'm not a winter person. I was born in the winter. I was born in the blizzard of 93. Literally, I came into the world with like 6 feet of snow surrounding me, but I cannot get down with it. It's not my thing. I cannot wait for the summer to start back up here, for the beaches to get busy, for the tourists to come. I'm really excited to see this place super alive and vibrant. I cannot wait. But yeah, that was my pros and cons. I know I probably left some pros and cons out. My mind is always scatterbrained. The fact that I actually put any of them onto a piece of paper, you're lucky that you got that out of me. Typically, I just sit in front of the camera and I ramble for, 10, 15, however long it might be, and you guys go, wow, she's nuts. No, but seriously, if you guys ever come across any questions you want, answered, things that you may have questions about traveling abroad or living abroad, or even just coming to Greece, if you have any questions at all, I know there's not too many people that watch the videos, but the people who do watch the videos or might come across this later, if you ever have questions about what this is like, or Greece in general, or what to pack, what not to pack, maybe that's a video I could do. I packed so much stuff that I didn't need. It's not even funny. I brought so much stuff that I didn't need, out of pure panic, I'm sure. But yeah, put them below, ask whatever. I'm totally open to anything. I just wanted to make a video real quick about what it's like, pros and cons wise, to do what I'm doing. And rather than that, I'm gonna stop rambling, and maybe I'll get back on here and I'll do a what to pack, what not to pack video, because that would be pretty interesting. So that is it. I'm going to drink the rest of my Coca-Cola as if I don't have enough energy as it is, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.